Is he in the floor? Please. Oh, shoot. You said you see blood? Go run back. Get EMS out here. Oh, boy. There's a lot of blood. Already.
I saw somebody come out of the house with long hair to the shoulders. I couldn't even tell you if it was male or female, to be honest with you. It looked like a smaller frame, not a big person.
What they uncovered was colder than they imagined. If you think you've got this one figured out, don't get too comfortable. Drop your first theory in the comments. Who do you think was the key to this case?
I was wondering if I'd be able to request a wellness check on someone.
Okay, what's going on?
So my daughter was supposed to be picked up by her father today, and I got a call from the school that she was still at the school, so I ended up picking her up. They tried to contact him. I tried to call him a couple times and haven't received anything back.
And what's his name?
Todd Morgan.
Has he ever done anything like this?
No, I don't think he would forget his daughter from school, but we are going through some custody issues right now, which is why I find it to be a little bit more unusual.
The father's name, she said, was Todd Morgan. Todd wasn't just any dad. He was a well-known professor in Cleveland. Smart, accomplished. The kind of guy who didn't just forget about his kids. He had 2 children, Aaron, his 10-year-old son from a past marriage, and a little girl, Cecilia, almost 5, with Mary Ann, the woman who called 911. That Wednesday was supposed to be his turn with his daughter, but he never showed up. Todd had always been steady, the kind of man who showed up when he said he would, especially for his kids. That's what made this so unusual. Even with the custody battle going on, this felt out of character. Todd's life had gone through phases. His first marriage was to Therese Reagan. They tied the knot in 2010, back when everything still felt promising. Todd stepped into the role of stepdad to Therese's son, Aiden. Not long after, they had a child of their own, Aaron. But things didn't stay perfect. Todd crossed a line with one of his students, and when Therese found out, that was the end of their marriage. They divorced. Eventually, that relationship with the student ended too. Then came Marianne. He and Marianne Karandang connected fast. It felt real to both of them. They got married, and in 2018, their daughter Cecilia, Cece, was born. She became the center of Todd's world. Todd was the kind of guy who always picked up his phone. Didn't matter how busy life got. If you called, he answered. That's just who he was.
When you call him, does it go straight to voicemail or does it ring?
It rings.
The phone was still on. That made things even more strange. Todd had built a good life. After earning his degree from Cleveland State in 2005, he went on to get a doctorate in business administration from Kent State. He taught across the country, Massachusetts, Michigan, and finally returned to Cleveland State as a professor. He loved travel, animals, the classroom, but nothing mattered more than Aaron and Cece. So, when he didn't show up for his little girl, it wasn't just a mix-up. Something was off. At almost 7 p.m., a patrol car pulled up to a quiet house on West Streetsboro Street. A male and female officer stepped out. This was the home Todd Morgan had bought just over a year earlier, back in February 2022. It sat back from the road, framed by an open front lawn. The backyard held a small pond, a greenhouse, and a few garden beds. It looked peaceful, calm. Nothing seemed out of place there. To the cops, Therese's jealous boyfriend looked like suspect number 1. But before they could haul him in, detectives started tracing Todd's last steps, and that's when something strange popped up. There had been a 911 call made from his own address that morning, April 19th, at exactly 7:21 a.m. That timing was important. It matched closely with when neighbors claimed they heard the gunshots. But the call itself was strange. Dispatch picked up, and no one spoke. Silence. They explained it could have been a system-activated call. iPhones automatically dial 911. Investigators started to believe the call might have been triggered unintentionally by the killer. When they traced the number, it came back to someone named Tariana Pascal. She was slim, dark hair, drove a silver crossover. That description matched what neighbors had given earlier about the woman seen leaving Todd's house that morning. Now, with her name attached to that accidental 911 call, the pieces started fitting together. Officers headed straight to the address tied to Tariana Pascal, but when they got there, they hit a wall. An older man answered the door. He was calm at first, but quickly grew defensive. He insisted Tariana didn't live there.
What are we doing? Was she in trouble? Where were you talking? Oh, okay. I definitely let her know.
You tell her to call the Hudson Police Department?
Hudson
Police Department, Hudson, Ohio.
Okay, I sure will.
What friend she's staying with?
I don't know, man. It's some friend. I mean, she's a friend. You know, look like a little girlfriend. You know, she's a young girl. I'm an older man, and I'm just getting my grandkids upstairs in the bed. Y'all think y'all want to walk through my dog house? Hell no. Ain't no Tariana in here.
Apparently he's saying that she's with one of her
No.
girlfriends in Garden Valley.
Getting mailed to your house.
Yeah, how far is that from here?
That's not far.
Oh, we could follow you over there.
He refused to let officers step inside, repeated there was no Tariana in the house. She said she wasn't even in the area anymore. She was staying with a girlfriend, somewhere in the valley. They had a name, a face, and now a possible next location. Detectives weren't able to get Tariana that first night. She was gone, but her phone wasn't. So they filed for a search warrant and started tracing her movements. They needed to know where she had been, both before and after those shots were fired in Todd Morgan's Hudson home. Just 6 minutes after that accidental 911 call went out, her phone was already flying down the interstate at about 60 miles per hour. It was heading toward the I-271 split in Macedonia. Todd's phone, too, followed the same exact path, but while Tariana's kept going, his stopped. It just froze along the highway and never moved again. Police believe that's where she tossed the phone off the car. They searched the area multiple times. His phone was never found. The search finally led them to her sister's apartment at the Envision complex. Her silver Ford Taurus X, with that missing back plate, was parked out front. Detectives brought her in for questioning. Her phone had placed her at Todd's house that morning. Ring camera footage showed a car matching her Taurus X parked by the back door, and the footprints on the back deck, they belonged to a specific style of Nike sneaker. Detectives scrolled through her Facebook and found pictures of Tariana wearing those exact shoes. It didn't stop there. They found a photo of her on social media, lounging next to a lit Black & Mild cigar, the same kind found burning inside Todd's bedroom. And then came her interview.
Okay. I'll be back here in about 5 minutes, okay? Okay, you need anything? Are you okay? Okay. I'll be right back. Okay.
When the questioning began, Tariana didn't hesitate to deny knowing Todd Morgan. She claimed she had never even been to Hudson.
You ever been to Hudson before?
I don't recall.
Okay. What about around
I go to a lot of places.
Okay. But you can't recall being in Hudson?
No.
Okay.
She kept deflecting, brushing off anything that might tie her to Hudson. Then came the topic of the 911 call.
Your phone, why would it dial 911 on April 19th? In the morning, at April 19th, around 7:22 in the morning.
My phone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why my phone would call. I didn't call nobody.
You didn't call 911?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I don't know. Did they say I called? I didn't call.
Yeah, we got your phone number, and we attempted to call back that morning. We could get an answer.
Tariana claimed she didn't know anything about it, But she didn't know that single 911 call had cracked open something much bigger. The 9mm cartridge recovered at the scene had matched a firearm from an unsolved 2021 Cleveland murder. The main suspect in that case, the victim's ex-girlfriend, Tariana Pascal. Same gun, same person. Even back then, investigators had strongly believed she was the shooter. But they hadn't had enough to make a case stick. Now, things were different. That same gun from 2021, it was now confirmed to be the murder weapon in this case. At that point, the detective shifted tactics. He stopped asking questions and started showing her the truth.
So here's what's interesting about these two photos. Right? Okay, these two photos were actually on your phone.
On my phone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they weren't on my phone.
You actually typed in a search for this guy, and you viewed this image on your phone. You also did a search for 320 West Streetsville Street, and you viewed this image on your phone. Carrie, I will give you an opportunity here to talk to us. We need to know what happened.
Okay, and I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. But what do you have? I don't know what's going on.
She stuck to her story, said she didn't know what was going on, but the data didn't lie, and she had no idea how much data they have gathered against her. Just days after the murder, she had switched phones and numbers, but law enforcement stayed a step ahead, monitoring her new device. On April 22nd, she searched whether police could track a phone without a SIM card. After that, she read multiple news articles about the murder, especially one that named Todd Morgan as the Hudson victim. She searched her own name 41 times in connection to the case. And then, the final piece came in, her DNA. It was found on the cigar in Todd's bedroom, and on the condoms too. She can deny all day long, but evidence against her was strong and extremely comprehensive. Detectives brought out more. That's when the bigger picture started to form. Tariana and Todd had first connected on Bumble. From there, their conversation moved off the app into text messages.
We've got a lot of information. We have DNA evidence, we have video, we have phone calls, we have Bumble chat messages. Okay, we have shell casings, we have shoe prints. We've got a lot of stuff that there's a lot of good evidence here. Okay, This is your opportunity to talk to us about it. What's that?
I really don't know what you want me to say.
I want to know what happened. We want to know what happened. We have a lot of questions. We want to know what happened.
On the day Todd was killed, he sent her $50 on Cash App.
So, Todd Morgan sends you $50 in the morning of April 19th. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, but he did. So, what I want to ask you is, there was another payment. About 23 minutes later, there was a $1,000 payment that was sent from Todd Morgan to Black Beauty. And you confirm that Black Beauty, this Cash App is you. That's you, obviously, in that picture. So he sent you $1,000. Now, we go back to a $50 payment. You say, guys send you random $50 every now and then. Okay, you guys send you random $1,000 payments?
No.
Okay, so
it can happen.
It could happen?
Yeah, it could happen. Okay.
She tried to explain it away. Maybe someone would send her that kind of money. But she didn't deny it was her account. What she couldn't explain was the timing. That second payment never went through. It needed a confirmation, a second tap on Todd's phone. That prompt came just before 7:30 a.m. But by then, Todd was already gone. Detectives had laid it all out. Now, it was Tariana's turn. But she didn't say a word.
Okay, so the morning of April 19th, here's what we have. We have this Cash App payment, right? I went through for $50. We have another Cash App payment that was 23 minutes later for $1,000. We have this vehicle leaving Todd Morgan's house at around 7:23 in the morning on April 19th. You said that's your car.
Mm-hmm.
Have your phone at 320 West Streetsboro Street on April 19th at 7 in the morning. Actually have your phone at that address after midnight on April 19th, which looks like it was there overnight. It's not possible. Your DNA is inside of that house. Black and Miles are inside of that house. Kind of shipments that are inside the house that match shoes that you're wearing in Facebook photos.
Still, she never said the words. She didn't admit she was at Todd's house that morning. She didn't have to. The evidence had already done the talking. The case moved through the system, slow and steady. Eventually, prosecutors charged Terriana Pascal with aggravated murder involving a firearm, a special felony along with tampering with evidence. There was also misdemeanor charges, one for taking or tampering with Todd's phone, and another for the attempted theft of cash. She initially pleaded not guilty and prepared for trial. But when that day finally arrived, she changed her mind and took a plea deal. Terriana didn't say much in court, just a few words, barely above a whisper.
Yes, to his family. I'm very sorry, and I hope that one day that you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. That's it.
The judge delivered her sentence.
I'm sentencing you to a period of 20 years to life on count 1, aggravated murder and unclassified felony. In addition, that sentence will run consecutive to the 3-year firearm specification, which is attached to that count 1. That firearm specification 3-year sentence must be served first, it must be consecutive, and it is in fact mandatory. This will make you eligible for parole, which there's no guarantee of that, at the earliest at 23 years, but you could serve up to life in prison for this matter. Do you understand all of that, Ms. Paschal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Todd Morgan was laid to rest, surrounded by the people who had loved him through every season of his life. His funeral was held at Lifestream Church on the first day of May. The room was filled with stories, with memories, with grief, and with love. The kind that doesn't end, even when a life does. Some cases leave you asking how. This one, it keeps you stuck on why. Todd was someone's dad, someone's brother, someone's reason to keep going. And yet, in the space of a moment, his name became a headline. His house, a crime scene. His life, a cautionary tale. Thanks for watching the channel. We break down the cases where the truth doesn't scream, it whispers. Subscribe if you haven't already, because the next story, it only gets darker. Until then, stay sharp, and stay listening.